Peace, peace. What's good, bro?
Nothing much, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Everything's smooth sailing. Let's get to it, man. Um, all right, so your story, man, definitely stands out. Definitely stands out. Clearing out $72,000 worth of debt. Let's get right to it, man. How did you and your wife knock down $72,000 worth of debt?
Well, it was pretty. I'll say it was simple, but it wasn't easy.
Okay.
So, mainly what we did was we sat down, figured out what we had coming in, figured out, what we had going out, put together a plan of the steps we were going to take to pay off each piece of the debt, and just worked it from there.
So when you say steps, go into it just a little bit. What do you mean when you say steps?
So through my research, I came across roughly is two main ways you can pay down your debt. It's you have the Avalanche method and the Snowball method.
Mm.
So, and the difference is the Snowball method is you list your you put your debts in order from smallest to biggest, and you pay off the smallest one first, and you make the minimum payments on the rest of the debt. And then once you pay off the first one, now you take what you were paying on the first one and you put that towards the second one, plus whatever you were paying on it already anyway. And the goal with that one is a snowball method. So as you work your way further and further down the list of the debt, you're going to be putting more money toward it. Mm-hmm. And that one was the route that we did kind of a combination. So the second method is similar, but instead of paying them off smallest to largest, you would pay them off based off of the interest rate. So from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate.
So let me ask you this. So are you guys helping each other pay off the debt, or is it you're taking care of yours and your wife's taking care of her debt?
No. We were helping. So what we did was we put all the debts together and we paid them off all together. I would have to say my wife, being the wonderful woman she is, she made the biggest sacrifice. So what she did was we basically, as far as expenses were concerned, we lived off of her salary. So she took all her salary and she paid all the bills. And then I took mine, and that's what we threw at the debt.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork with the teamwork. Okay.
But before we move on, the reason why we chose the snowball method as opposed to the avalanche method, and why most people choose it, is it helps keep you motivated through the distance of paying off the debt. Like I said, if with the avalanche method, more than likely most people, the highest interest rate debt is going to be a bigger debt. So if after let's say, so for us, having those quick wins of paying those off, that kept us motivated to move on to the next debt, as opposed to going the other way. That's why a lot of people get stifled out, or they just get burnt out from, it seems like I'm been paying on this forever and, it's still here. It's not really going anywhere.
Got you. Like, that's like going to the gym and seeing no results.
Yeah.
Got you. How long did it take?
It took us, I want to say, because we started, I started a little early. So I started in December of 2019. And then we started planning around mid-November. And I just went in, we planned for January, but I went ahead and got started. I was super motivated. So I started in December, and then we started working together in January. And we paid everything off January of 2021. So it took us right at 365 days.
So you paid off $72,000 in 1 year?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna come back to that. Definitely. Definitely. And so what sort of debt were you both in?
Yeah, so we had the breakdown was we both had 2018 vehicles. So we both had fairly new vehicles, and obviously we had bought them new, so we had just got them. Mm-hmm. So we owed in our automobiles, we owed right at $49,000. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the debt was just consumer debt. We both had some student loans, some credit cards, student loans and credit cards was what the rest of the debt was.
Wow. Something else, bro. I'm saying you definitely that's a success story, bro, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Let's see. What have you gained from that experience?
We gained a lot, man. Honestly, for just me and my wife, and our process was, I got paid weekly. So we would sit down, and she gets paid bi-weekly. So we would sit down, every week starting off, and, hey, this is what we got coming in. This is what it's going towards. And, after like a month or so, we got comfortable with that. We would just do it, weekly via text. Mm-hmm. But just having to sit down and talk about it and what we were working on, and, change what we were changing around to save money, et cetera. Just that communication, man, it helped us drastically in our relationship, just having to communicate, and it just, built a great camaraderie for us. So that was my biggest gain from that.
Okay. So communication was key.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. And definitely with that communication, transparency with each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Full transparency. That's cool, man. Let's see. What I would say. Let me ask you this question. Could you instruct anyone on the steps to become debt free?
Yeah. It's like I said, at the start, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So the steps, first step is going to be figuring out, what you have coming in. And then you need to figure out, your income. Then you need to look at the expenses, figure out what your total expenses is, what the payments are, etc. Because without that foundation, you're just going to be running in circles. And like you said, hopefully that's a positive number. Hopefully you have more coming in than you have going out. But, I know that a lot of people, that's not going to be the case. But the first step is understanding that. And then the second step is taking a look at what you can cut. So for us, we swapped out cable service. We changed all our insurances, automobile, home insurance, to get a cheaper price.
So y'all attacked this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we cut back. What else did we cut? I'm trying to think. I looked into changing sales services, but it was, in the end, it ended up being about the same. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else that we cut out. Obviously, and this was for us, and it was, I think, given where the world was at that time, obviously we were going through, this was during the height of COVID. So that cut out, any of the going out and all those things anyway. So that definitely helped us and played a big part, because we couldn't go anywhere anyway. So that made it a lot easier to not spend money.
So discipline. So not just dedication, but that's definitely discipline.
Yeah. And like I said, that's, for the most part, that's kind of all we did to cut costs. Like I said, obviously we weren't going out. We were eating in a lot more. So those were the things to cut costs. And then just to bring in more income. I kept my same job, but I picked up a different schedule during the summer that allowed me to gave me a lot more hours and allowed me to make a lot more money. So that definitely played a huge part in us getting there as well.
Okay. I had another question, but it's gonna come to me. So for your wife, let me ask you this. So for your wife, was it difficult for her? They say that women spend a lot more than us.
True. Nah, it was so, and I have to give her great credit for this. She understood herself and how she worked. So, and I say that meaning that that's why she was so adamant about paying all the bills, because she knew that was something that, you know, as opposed to, she didn't have to make a choice. She didn't have to make a choice of whether she was gonna, you know, spend money on this or put this toward the debt. It was, hey, these are the bills. I'm gonna pay them all, and then we go from there.
Got you.
Okay, but like
so
I said, I gave her I always kept. So what I did was I continued to put my money up as if I was paying, how I put my money up when I was paying bills. So I put up what I do is I put up my money weekly. So I break my bills down into, you know, 25%, and I put 25% every week away towards my bills. So the first of the month, I can knock everything out. So I still did that. And then that way, you know, if something came up, if she just felt overwhelmed, if we had an emergency or anything, I could just pull from that money to cover whatever she couldn't cover. But to her credit, it never happened. So that money just, the first of the month, it was just a lump sum thrown at the jet.
Okay, so I know people are going to want to know this, because I want to know this. Was that your first time tackling something like that?
Together, yeah. You know, I had a car back in the day. I decided, you know, one summer that I wanted to pay off, and I'm extremely disciplined when it comes to, like, you know, when I get my eyes and my sight set on something, you know, it's no problem for me to kind of just go and stick to it. So I had a car that I wanted to pay off early a while back, and I, you know, threw a lot of extra money toward it and paid it off. But, you know, our first time definitely together, and it was nowhere near, you know, that amount of money.
Hey, yo, bro, as I'm talking to you, man, it sounds like it strengthened your relationship with your wife.
Yeah, no question.
That's good. That's good. That's key, man. Like you said, communication, transparency.
Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, just going through. Then that's, like you said, like you said, it's simple, but it's not easy, so it's hard. Just going through something that hard with somebody and making it to the end and accomplishing it. You know, it has no choice but to bring y'all closer together. And like you said, again, you know, another big thing, and why most people don't do it is, you know, it's hard, man. It's hard to stay motivated for that amount of time to tackle something like that. You know, it's plenty of days I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm tired of, you know, I want to go, you know, I want to go out a little bit or do something. I'm tired of this. But, you know, having her there and having someone going through it with you to talk to bounce things off, to gain motivation from, it went a long way.
So you understand, you see why we got to have you spearheading the personal finance for Billionaire Bankers, man, Academy. For sure, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, when we first talked, I don't know how I got the numbers, but I got the number 68,000 or 65,000. But then,
yeah, I think my wife, she when she posted that, and I was like, well, babe, your numbers was a little off, and mostly what she didn't take into account was, as we were paying down the debt, we were still paying interest on, you know, the credit cards, the car loans, and that stuff. She wasn't accounting it. So I think when she posted it, she posted like 66 or to 68,000, I think.
Wow, that's, bro, in 1 year, man. That's cool, bro. That's cool. I'm saying, that's all I had for you, kid. That's all. Yeah. I'm saying, and I think that's all we need. I can cut this up so many ways and so many times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give me like a day and a half, bro.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. That'll work.
You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be so smooth. So, like, I'm gonna take a piece of the personal finance from the course, take a piece of this, merge them together, okay? And I might just, I'm gonna dress it up. I'm gonna dress it up, and now I'm gonna send it to you. I'm saying, I want you to tell me what you think.
Okay.
For sure, man. Yo, as always, man, I tell you what I'm saying all the time, man. Thank you so much, bro.
No
For
problem,
sure, man.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, your story, bro, you and your wife's story, that's crazy, bro. You know, that, not for nothing, bro. I'm saying that puts the battery in my back, bro.
Okay, that's what it is, man.
For real, I'm saying, like, not for nothing, bro. I'm saying I have no shame, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've made mistakes. with personal finance, and I read up on stuff, fix things here, or I probably got like 10 accounts, bro. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Little piece here, emergency here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still not where where it should be. And then with this new currency, I haven't dabbled into that yet.
Okay.
I put away for my daughter or something. And as far as my debt is concerned, I could be going harder with attacking my
Yeah.
debt. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind sitting down, I'm saying, and going through it with you too, I'm saying.
All right, yeah, like I said, we can do it, man. Like I tell people, man, it's nothing more freeing and liberating. Like I said, I mean, you ask, like I said, Cordell called me the 100-hour man now anyway, because he swear I'm always working. And like, I mean, I was working, some weeks, especially like during the summer times, our big time, I may work 56, 60, 64 hours a week. And, you look up and I'm like working and I'm making good money. And I just like I wasn't getting anywhere. And like now, bro, like I said, I ain't worked overtime since last summer. And I got the most, like I said, just paying off that debt, and that freedom just freed up so much more money. Well, like I said, I don't need the extra hours. It's more time that I can afford to spend at home and spend with my family and go out and do stuff and still live better now than I was living when I was working, 60 hours a week.
So, bro, let me ask you a question, man. Are you on your way to become a millionaire, bro?
That's the plan, man. That is definitely the plan. And again, another thing that freed up is now that I have this money free, on top of having more time and more money to spend with my family, I have so much more money to invest and put in the places that I want to put it to grow.
Bro, that's my goal, bro. I just finished talking to my mans about that not too long ago. Like, being, to not all of us, may reach to become debt free, right? That's the goal. But at least having enough money, when that incoming money hits your bank account, you could take a good portion of it and invest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To still take care of your bills, but take a good portion of it and be able to invest. This whole short-term, long-term investment, man, this is really new to a lot of us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of family members who, unless it's their 401k, they're not investing.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, most people don't even really understand that they actually investing when it comes to the 401k.
Listen, the match I was getting in New York was way better than the match down here. My thing is, from listening to EYL, they're like, yo, they even said it at InvestFest. It's cool to have a 401k, cool, max it out, yada yada yada, but also have something, a Roth or something, on your own,
Mm-hmm.
just in case the job goes sour, whatever. And you can roll it over, but it's always good to have your own.
And like you said, you even, you can't, there are ways around it, but you really got to delve into it. But for the most part, you can't really even touch that money until, 59 and a half. So that's why I like that taxable brokerage account is good. It can come in handy in case you need some cash, or, you need some money or some investments to live off of.
Indeed. Yo, my brother, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you so much. We definitely going to talk soon, kid.
No problem, bro.